Hey everybody, I really enjoyed being in class with y'all, and I've really learned a lot this semester. It's been going along the lines of my social work degree here at UMBC, so I feel very grateful to have this class because it's really opened my mind, and this whole journey through college has really opened my mind so far. In this paper, I first talked about how self-examination was very pertinent. The social identity profile at the beginning really made sense because it had me look at myself in ways I've never looked at me. I'm a white male. I'm the agent group. I'm the dominant group, the hegemonic group, if I'm saying that correctly. I've learned that throughout the class, and I've known that, and I've learned a lot about that through other social work classes, but this class really hit home in identifying my privilege. All the articles we read, Haro and McIntosh, really put that into perspective at the beginning as I talk about in my paper, and it was just very necessary for me to know who I am before I delved into knowing anything else about anything. So that was really nice to really like I said, get to know who I am. After that, I just noticed how we identify different roles in our society, starting with women and the different races with women and aging women, transgender. Everything we went through was a mind-opening experience. I've really taken my privilege for granted most of my life, and learning about other groups and the struggles they've been going through in the past and currently has been really mind-opening. I keep saying mind-opening, but that's what this class has been for me, is very mind-opening. And this is the type of humility I need, because with my white male privilege, I need to learn to give away my power, which is the main theme of this whole class for me, and the main theme of my paper is learning how I can give away my power, how I can shrink my ego, how I don't need everything. We were reading The Masculinity of Homophobia, which is one of the articles I talked about, and they talk about a homosocial environment, how, men have been constructed in this society to go after, to be the alpha, to have more and more and more, and it's unachievable. We can never have enough. And this class has really showed me that, instead of using my power to try and get more material, more money, that's never enough, and that doesn't make happiness. I need to fight for true equality among everybody. And, another theme in my paper is that I talk about that, these altruistic moments, these moments where I try to help somebody else just to have them better, when I can have enough empathy for somebody else. Those are some true feelings of happiness I get inside for myself. And, it's very karmatic in that way. I get very spiritual in my paper because I believe in that kind of stuff, karma, and, you give it away to keep it. I've noticed that every time, I'm a very selfish person at heart, but when I help somebody else, I'm doing opposite of what I want to do, and that really helps me. It's like when I help you, I'm helping myself, and I'm growing in that way, and I can feel the happiness inside. So I talk about that a lot through my paper, my white male privilege, how I need to give that away, and how I need to fight for an unjust world. And all the readings, discussions, everything we've learned in here showed me a lot of injustices. And one of the articles, one I wrote about, was Our Mother's Grief, how we talked about African American ladies and how they grew up. They even killed some of their kids just so they wouldn't have to live that way, and how with that, the Chinese women and the Chicano women, they all had to work double. I've never thought of that before. I've never realized that, these groups were not making enough money, or they were slaves and had to work anyway. But not just that, they were domesticated and had to work in the home, so they had to work double. I've never thought about that before. And, how it seems so, I feel ashamed that I've never thought about that before, but it's good to know. And it's still like that a lot today, single mothers and women who need to work and take care of the kids. Something went wrong when we structured our society. And we read an article about how men should do housework too. Yes, we should, because we got to give women a break. This is stuff I grew up with, where my mom would take care of everything with us. And but now I'm seeing everything's kind of coming into perspective. I'm really grateful for that. It shows me how lazy I am and how I need to work harder as a person, because there's no need for me to be lazy. I'm growing up in a society that's very privileged, like I said, and I do not need to be lazy. And I talk about that a lot through the discussions and in the papers. And I hope that my actions can I hope that my words can turn into actions, because I can sit here and talk about it all I want to, but until I actually do it, it'll be something else. So I do talk about a lot of spirituality in the paper, and that was my main theme. It's big for me. I know it's not big for everybody, but I can tell, my higher power, if you will, wants me to help other people. I read this book a long time ago called the Bhagavad Gita, and it's actually a Hinduism book, and it talks about how there's two ways to enlightenment. You can either meditate your whole life and do nothing, just accept minimalist lifestyle, or you can devote yourself to selfless help for others. So my paper talks about all this, and I connect the readings. I've really enjoyed this class, like I said, and it's opened my mind, and I just hope that I can really give my power away and help people. So thank you for everything, and I appreciate the class. Have a good day.